My name is Jermaine Hernandez, and I'm presenting Chapter 7 for the class of Public Policy Administration 696. The title of the chapter is Strengthening the Evaluation, Design, and the Validity of the Conclusion. In the first section of Chapter 7, it highlights the importance of validity and evaluation. For example, evaluation data is valid if the conditions are accurately represented. Let's say that data collected from cooks working at CSULB cafeteria reflect that they are satisfied with the new school menu. However, CSULB students are not. If the majority of the cooks are happy with the new menu and the majority of the students are not, this evaluation data is valid. According to the textbook, findings are judgments, interpretations, interferences of program quality. They need to also be valid in the evaluation process to truly understand the meaning of the data. And in the evaluation of the program, if the data collected is too broad to truly identify an impact, it could be devastating in the review of the program and it could jeopardize funding. And factors of affecting adequacy and validity, the key areas to understand is validity and feasibility. As a researcher, you wish for the highest degree of skill in your operating team, have plenty of time, unlimited budget, and be able to access desired data for the evaluation. This is probably not going to happen. On the other hand, you have to focus on feasibility, where you have to worry about limitations in regards to your operating team, time, budget, and finding the data required. The important factors for adequacy design are history, testing, biases, and experimental mortality. On page 124, it highlights those areas in this book. The framework for assessing the validity of adequacy in regards to quantitative, qualitative, and mixed methods. Threats to validity analysis addresses the extent of the conclusions and recommendations of the evaluation, and are supported concerning the findings of recommendations that are required due to limitations of the evaluation, design, or what happened during the implementation. Ways to assess validity is triangulations. It is data collection from different methods, data collected from different times, locations, and different researchers. Assessment of evaluation is important because programs that do not work in terms of cost effectiveness may be expanded. Programs that have good effectiveness may be canceled. Groups within the general population could possibly not access to the benefits of the program. And addressing which parts of the program do or do not work may be missed. Internal validity is the main focus of the validity assessment, and it can be broken down and further to objectivity, internal design validity, statistical conclusion validity, and construct validity. External validity means really the reason why conclusions about the replicability of project and other contexts may be valid. Utilization validity, was the evaluation designed to address the right question? In assessing and addressing the threats of validity for qualitative impact evaluation, threats to statistical conclusion validity focuses on covariation between two variables that may be incorrect. Analysis assess significance of moderate or mediator variables. The sample needs to be big enough to produce an intended effect. Threats to internal validity. The relationship between two variables is causal, may be incorrect. Threats to the construct validity, project, implementation process, output, outcomes, and impact may be incorrect. Threats to external validity, variation in person, settings, treatments, or outcomes may be incorrect. When threats are identified, there's need to be a plan to correct them, correct the issue. if not possible, ensure that implications of these threats are fully discussed in the eval report. In assessing adequacy and validity and qualitative impact evaluation, according to most researchers, because there's many qualitative evaluation methodologies, there needs to be a direct way to assess them. The key concerns are unreliability of measure of change of outcome indicators, project selection bias, reactivity to experimental situation, attitude of policymakers and politicians to do the program. In recent years, mixed methods has appeared as more of just combining many methods and collection of data or evaluation. The process of conversion mixed methods design is quantize qualitative variables by transforming them into quantitative variables. The mixed method provides multi-level analysis. Most mixed methods combine use the quantitative and qualitative techniques for the data collection, analysis, and interpretation. Evaluation design needs to be reviewed to see how the quantitative and qualitative data are integrated for a mixed method approach. I guess the final step is for the new element to introduce to assess rigors which the mixed method has been applied. According to using the threats to validate worksheets, there's three parts to the worksheet. There's three parts. Part one is the cover sheet and it has one-page summary that explains the purpose of the threat to validity assessment and it summarizes the evaluation. Part two summarizes each component with rating of 1 for very strong and 5 for very serious problems. It has enough detail for management to understand. Part 3 has a checklist and comprehensive technical analysis. It also has a column A and B with rating scores. This concludes my presentation of Chapter 7 for Public Policy 696. Thank you.